I don't even know. I don't even know. I've never done this, by the way. I've never made a video when someone famous or, you know, a celebrity has died. Because I never want to throw my hat in there. I never want to seem to capitalize on anything, or I don't know. I just never feel comfortable doing it. I don't feel comfortable doing it now, but I feel like I should. So yeah, Robin Williams, you know, I just found out, along with the rest of the world, that he was found dead in his home. And you know, apparently the coroner has suspected suicide, and it's been reported that he was battling severe depression. And it seems that that's likely to be the case here. I'm not going to touch on that because it's far too painful to even think about that. But, you know, I've just been looking on Twitter, and the outpour has been incredible. Just all sorts of people, you know, famous people, coming out and, you know, leaving very touching messages about Robin Williams, and people who I respect, and not just actors or comedians, you know, lots of people. And it's just so apparent how much of an influence he had on so many people, and how special he was to so many people, and how much he made all of us laugh. Because, you know, my childhood is very strongly, was very strongly influenced by movies, and a few select people really kind of coloured that whole experience for me. People like Christopher Lloyd, Michael Keaton, and Robin Williams, you know. When I think about being a kid, I think about Robin Williams, you know. I think about all those great movies that he was so funny in, and, you know, brought so much joy to me. And then, as a teenager and a young adult, discovering his more serious roles, you know, he's a fantastic dramatic actor. And I guess I just wanted to throw out there that a lot you should really check out a film called The World According to Garp, which is one of his first films, early 80s. I found it on VHS in a charity shop once, picked it up, watched it, and just fell in love with it. A great movie. I think it's one of Glenn Close's first roles as well. And John Lithgow's in it, who's another one of my favourite actors, and he's fantastic as a transsexual. But Robin Williams is great in that film. It's a really underrated, forgotten gem, I think. And it's hard to find now, to be honest, but keep it in your mind, because it's a really great little film that not many people seem to have seen, or even know about. But yeah, the thing with people dying, or passing away, whatever, who are famous, and you get really affected by it. You know, there's always going to be those few people who stick their nose in and go, well, how can you be sad about it? Or be, you know, really upset about it. You never knew them. Well, no, not personally, but, you know, when you grow up watching someone on screen, you kind of do know them. You know what they've, you know, their career, you know. I'm not saying that you know them on a personal level, but you have a familiarity with them. You have a connection with them, even if it's not physical, or, you know, if you've never even met them. It's just there's something in there, and they have an influence on you, and so it is sad. Of course, it's not as sad as if it was someone who you knew personally and cared about for deeply, but there are some special people out there who have done some special things, and, you know, I know he was a guy who really gave back as well. But yeah, just seeing all the stuff on Twitter, he was loved by so many, and it's a real sad day. I still can't believe it. I was saying to Claire, because she was online when it happened, and we both just couldn't really believe it for a while. I said to her, my two most used words tonight have been ugh and fuck. Just sums it all up for me. Fuck. And I also saw on Twitter that his last tweet was a link to his last Instagram post, which was a throwback Thursday picture of him and his daughter when she was very little, wishing her a happy birthday on her 25th, and saying that she'll always be his baby girl. I just want to curl up into a ball and just forget that life's going on when I see something as heartbreaking as that. But yeah, overall, really sad news. And yeah, I just wish his family all the best, because it's going to be a very, very tough time for them. And you know, I don't know, I feel like I should justify myself in seeming so down about this, because I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, well, there's worse things going on. Yeah, there are, but, you know, he was an important part of my movie life growing up and to this day. And that's a big part of my life and a big part of so many other people's lives, and his, you know, his comedy and everything. And sad, sad day. But yeah, that's all really. Just checking in with something. I feel like I had to. Again, I don't usually, but it is what it is. So yeah, go check out all of his great movies, particularly The World According to Garp, and yeah, let's just remember the greatness that he left behind.